programming engineers. Welcome back once more to this drives course. And today we're going to be looking into a very simple topic, which is the motor's direction. But you probably say, we already saw the motor's direction only by using a 3-wire cable. So we could connect a bridge or a switch, bypass or a switch, and then we can connect it. Yes, it can be done with the drive part, which is what makes it easier with our frequency variator. However, I got to tell you this, guys, just so that you can learn and know how to do this a different way. If you guys would like to do this with the drive, it's totally up to you. However, this also works physically and without the need of having to switch the direction of the drive, especially when the direction is probably incorrect. Let's suppose that my motor should be turning one direction, but I needed to turn the other direction. So the fastest way is to go to the parameters, do a double check to see where I can change direction and establish that or set it. But what would happen if my drive still works and everything is excellent? What happens if it's damaged? So I would get a new drive, and I should be able to configure the new parameters, to set up the new parameters. And if the direction, logically, is going to be again towards the right direction or the original direction, then I should set up the drive parameters, and that takes time. So therefore, the most recommended way to do this, because the drive is the right way, but we're going to prevent this if in case something similar like this happens. Okay, so that takes time. And if we don't have our parameters at hand, then forget about it. So then what we want to do is only exchange, because maybe some of you already know this, but all we need to do is exchange the phases for the motor feed. Okay? If we exchange, for example, let's say that I want it clockwise. If I change L1 to L3, then the direction is going to go counterclockwise. If I change L2 with L3, it's also going to change directions. Okay, that's one option. Okay, to run it through the feed, through my drive feed. The other option is exchange or switch my motor phases. So which one would be better? I think the motor one, because nobody, or very generally, what you have as an output is what's assigned. So once we have all of our phases correctly assigned, we need to identify, we need to add some labels on how we want it to stay. Yeah? So there's many ways to do this regarding directions. One of them is to change the input lines, and the other one is to change my motor line. Okay, so let's suppose on the U, V, and W part for our motor outputs, and another one is directly over my motor terminals. So all we need to do is exchange two lines. Which ones, you might ask? It doesn't matter which ones. All you need to do, well, you need to change whichever ones you wish, but if you exchange T1 to T2, it's going to change directions. If you want to change T1 with T3, do that then. but the goal is to exchange between them, to interchange phases. So why would this affect the motor direction? So when we energize, remember that we're going to exchange our polarities, our polarization for our rotor, actually from our stator. And the rotor is going to spin according to the energized polarities. So if we were to exchange two phases, then in that case, the order in which they're going to start exchanging the voltage over those magnets is going to change. So therefore, it's going to switch. It's going to pitch its direction because we're already altering the order for the coils. Okay? So therefore, the motor spin, the motor's direction, is going to be running electrically through one way. So that way, when we want to switch our variator for whatever reason, and we add a new one, at least we're not going to have a hard time with that parameter. Okay, so if our terminals are exactly the same as our previous drive, then the spin is going to stay the same. Okay? Now, with this, we're already done with this class. I told you guys it was going to be very short. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and I can support you guys. Okay? So big hug, guys, and I'll see you in our next video.